Hi everyone, I have a new video out for you guys today, and in today's video I have two tips that I'd like to share. So let's get started with tip number one. I have a workbook and I have two sheets, and you will see the sample set of data which is similar. For the month of January we have some students and they've taken some courses, and you can see the category of the courses along with the fees paid. You also have the dates, and similarly in the month of Feb we have students again taking different courses. Now what we would like to analyze here is in the month of Feb, which is the current month, we would like to see if we have some new students who have joined, and we would also like to see if there have been repeat students. Now we would like to highlight this using conditional formatting. So to start with conditional formatting, the first one is to see if we have any repeat students in the month of Feb as well as in the month of Jan. So I'll type in a formula here, and we can use the match function to do so. So I'll type match, and the lookup value we're looking for is the student name. We're looking up in the previous month, so I'll highlight the complete column. I'll put a comma, and the last argument for the match function is exact match. So I'll double click on this. Let's close the bracket and press enter, and we can see that there is a student in the month of Jan as well as in the month of Feb. So basically the number 2 is showing us that Mary, who was the student in Feb, is located in the second row. We can also see that Mary is occurring twice here, which means that she took two courses, Photoshop and Python. So let's drag our formula down, and we can see that we have some NA errors, which would possibly mean that this person was not available in January. Now if I use another function which is called the isNA, the isNA is basically a true-false statement, and it's asking us for the value. So the value is the formula itself. So let's encapsulate that inside the isNA function. Let's press enter, and it gives us false, and it should give us a bunch of trues. Now wherever you see true is basically that student is appearing for the first time. So what we can do in this case is we can replicate the same formula, and let's highlight this. Let's go to conditional formatting, which is in the home tab. I'll click on conditional formatting. Let's go for new rule. Use a formula to determine which cells to format, and we will type our formula here, match. Let's click on the first cell. Let's remove the dollar signs because we don't want to lock the cell. So I'm clicked on the function key F4 to remove the dollar signs and make it as relative reference. Let's put a comma. The second argument was the lookup array. So we'll click on January, we'll click on the full column. Let's put a comma, and the third argument was for an exact match. So I'll click on 0. Let's close the bracket, and let's give it a format here. So let's click on the orange color, click on OK, and we see that there are some cells which have been highlighted in orange. If I look for Mary, we can find Mary in the month of Jan. If I look for Johnson, we should be able to find Johnson as well in the month of Jan, and you can see that Johnson is over here. Sandra, let's look for Sandra, and we have Sandra here as well. So with the use of conditional formatting, we have seen that we can find out the repeat students who took courses twice in the month of Jan as well as in Feb. Or in other words, we had repeat students. Now if we had to find the other way around, which were the new students, which you can see is here where there is no color applied, we can use the same formula of match with the is_na function. So I'll highlight all the cells. Let's go to conditional formatting once again. Let's apply the new rule, use a formula to determine which cells to format, and I'll type in is_na, open the bracket. Inside this we will place the match function, match the first name. Let's remove the absolute reference, comma. Let's go to the January sheet, highlight the whole column, put a comma, 0. Let's close the match function. Let's close the is_na function, and basically this should give us a bunch of falses and trues. So wherever there are true, wherever the cells are true, that would mean that we have new students. So I'll give it a format of red. Let's give it a white font. Let's click on OK, and you can see that we have found out the new students, which are now highlighted in red and white font. So that's my first tip. Let's move on to the second tip now. There are many ways to analyze data in Excel using formulas, pivot tables, and different tools. In the new Office 365, Microsoft has given us a feature called Analyze Data, and you can find it on the Home tab. On the right hand side, you can see that in the Analysis group, we have Analyze Data. I would like to use the shortcut to bring up the dialog box, so I'll click on Alt-HFE, and that brings up the Analyze Data dialog box. Now Excel is basically asking us a question. We can type in a question here, or we can scroll down and see the summary that Excel has analyzed for us. Fees paid by course. It gives us a bar chart. Category programming has noticeably higher fees paid, which is a little bit of insight. The frequency of the fees paid. Now this is a little bit of artificial intelligence. We can type in our own question here. Let's type total fees paid, press enter, and it gives me the total fees paid. What if I need the total fees by category? I'll type total fees by category, press enter, and you can see that it has given us a nice pivot chart here. If I want to apply this pivot chart, I can just click on insert pivot chart. Let's go for one more question, and let's analyze by dates. So I'll type fees by dates, press enter, and you see it gives us a nice trend chart. So let's click on insert pivot chart, and it has opened up a new sheet with a pivot table and a chart. And this is how you can use the Analyze Data feature in Excel. So this was my tip number 2. I hope you liked the video with both my tips. Subscribe for more videos. I'll be bringing more videos in the coming weeks, and you can always take a look at my course on Udemy. I have a course on Udemy which covers Power BI, Power Query, formulas, advanced formulas, animation in Excel, macros, and VBA. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.